from homosexuality. So I think a flag of you work with me now. I think a flag comes on with you. Okay, I lost it, but yeah, but go ahead.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what part of dating is about, like fleshing out what works for you, what doesn't work for you, you know. And my main thing two things I ask men preliminarily: do you have your own? Are you adulting? And if you've sired any children, are you actively participating in their lives? If you say no to either question, you're done.
If you say no to, what was the questions now?
Do you have your own, meaning you have an income and a place to live where you're HOH or on the deed? Or if you've sired any children, are you actively participating in their lives? If you say no to either one of them, that automatically knocks you out of the running for being
that's
American.
That's your checklist. Okay. That's a check. Okay. I can see that. I could see that. Yeah. So what's the age group your age group? Did you answer that?
I'm 24. And I don't really do too much to younger guys. The longest the youngest guy I probably ever talked to maybe 36. And but a lot of guys my age and my age group, 44 to 50, I'll say that. I'm running into a lot of homeless dudes. I stay with my aunt, I stay with my uncle, I stay with my cousin, I stay with my sister. Why don't you have your own apartment, man? Wow. I'm just trying to figure it out, because where you gonna take a girl to?
Well, so what if the dude was on Section 8? Or what if you just had a 1-bedroom? It don't matter.
That's
just gotta, as long as he got some place to lay his head. It's his.
Exactly. He's got his own. He's paying rent. He's paying due. He's HOH on the lease, or he's the owner of the house. I can't do you and we all sitting here trying to converse and be cool, and your grandma Mary is knitting in the corner. That's not gonna work.
Okay, but what if he had the 1-bedroom and he working like everybody else under 100,000, under 50,000? Let's say he's making 20,000. Is that a deterrent for you as far as dating?
I don't know how much a man makes. Not for me. This is for me. I'm speaking for myself. I don't do all that. Oh, you got to be making 6 figures and all that. Are you adulting? Meaning, do you have a income, meaning a job? It could be a 9 to 5. You could be digging ditches. Whatever you're doing something to earn an honest living. Are you paying rent somewhere? Or a mortgage or whatever? I don't care about your assets. I want to make sure you're not asking me for mine. That's why I look for stability in a man, because if you won't take care of yourself, you'll never take care of me.
Okay. Let's give that a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. That made a lot of sense to me. But you asking questions like that off the rip, how does a homosexual, that sounds so funny, approach you?
Sometimes they get attitude.
They do what now?
Sometimes they'll get an attitude.
No, but I'm saying, how do they approach you? You said there's so much homosexuality going on.
It's a lot. I mean, like I said, it's a lot.
How do they approach you? How does one approach you?
Well, sometimes, I am on a couple dating sites. Sometimes they hit me on my inbox, or if I'm out and about, if a guy be like, gets my attention or whatever, we wind up conversing. I just want to go ahead and nip it in the bud. There's no sense of us going any further if you're not. Those are 2 criteria I require. You have to be adulting, and if you have any children, you have to be actively in their lives.
Damn. So
if you're not, then I can't.
You're not even giving a person a chance to even get to know you at all. So you don't even get on a first date with you, do they?
That's not true. There's been times where I've gone on a first date, but the conversation's not going to stop because I'm vetting you like you audition, like you applied at the Pentagon. I'm trying to properly vet you to see if you can even get to Senate committee.
Wow.
We're gonna do this in steps. It's not because I meet you and I think you're cute, because if your inside don't match your outside, we're not doing anything anyway.
Right, but you're gonna have to spend some time to know that. That man might just been, if a person answered your question, he might have been in the process of getting his place, staying with his uncle. But because you said no right then on the spot.
Yeah. Then I guess he's not for me then. I don't mind moving on.
So you don't mind?
I can't miss what I never had.
See, that's that pimp shit, that shit you be talking. You be spitting. Okay, so.
And somebody can very well reject me for something they don't like about me. I'm willing to take the criticism as well, but I am adulting. I've been on my own since I was 17 years old. I've had my apartment, and I've never been evicted out of anywhere.
I don't care how old we get. Adulting still sucks.
It sucks, but you got to do it.
Yeah, you got to do it. Okay.
You ain't got to. You just got to do it.
Okay. You're in the dating world. I'm going to hold up 10 fingers.
Mm-hmm.
Out of 10 fingers, how many are homosexuals?
Put 5 down.
So out of these 5, they didn't get past the freaking, I got my own spot, and blah, yada, yada, yada.
Mm-hmm.
What's the next move on the date?
Then we start into even more conversation as we spend time, whether we go walking in the park or if we, decide to go to Dave & Buster's, whatever activity we decide to do, whether it be watch a movie or whatever. I'm still opening the lines of communication. I'm still delving and in mundane conversation trying to extrapolate about where you at, because I know I have a certain mentality and it doesn't mesh well with other mentalities. So I got to find out who you are so I don't waste my time or yours.
Okay. I understand. That's a good answer. Let's give a round of applause for that answer right there. Okay. So we still got these 5, right? And you done the Dave & Buster's. You done the walk in the park. You done maybe the movies and maybe dinner. At what stage do they get to come over your house and just have a date, or whether it be cooking or doing whatever?
I don't entertain men in my home because my youth still live with me. So
okay.
I don't even, it's too many of these stories about dudes crazy and killing everybody in the whole house.
Right.
So, for me to err on the side of caution, I don't even entertain male company in my home.
Let's give that a round of applause too. Her filtration system is like cheesecloth. Like when you're draining the weed and excuse me. No, man, I'm going to Dank Nation. Go to danknation.co and get your Dank Nation gear. Sorry, I had to throw that in. But so the filtration system is working. They don't get to come to the house. So the only thing they get to do is really get to know you. I like that. Let's give that a round of applause. Again. So we get to that stage. And then out of these 5, what the hell wrong with these 5 after going through all of that filtration that they didn't make the cut?
Not necessarily wrong with them. I just don't want to be nobody's girlfriend or wife. Not full time.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
No.
Oh. Hey, can you please help me? Can I get that?
Please help me with this schmuck.
Thank you, because I don't even know. You went through the 10-step Steve Harvey date-a-thon, or the Christian book of date book, and
I'm not a Christian.
You get whatever. You still went through the proper channels. Steve Harvey, the goody good, the precautionary cheesecloth straining tactics for dating, only to choose no one and say you don't want to be nobody's girlfriend or wife. Then what the hell are you dating for? To embarrass these guys? Because you done took these niggas through hell. You done took these niggas through hell. You went through the speed dating. went through the filtration system only to be told, I'm not ready to be your wife, or I'm not ready to be your full-time girlfriend. We just kicked it enough so I can know you a cool person. Holla.
But that ain't what I tell them. But I tell them at the top, I'm very honest. I tell them at the top that I'm not looking for anything long term. So I'm not lying to anyone. But my thing is this: an elder once told me when I was probably about 12 years old, be careful who you entertain your energy with, and you allowed to make sure somebody is properly suited to be in your energy at whatever capacity.
Let's get that a round of applause. I don't deny that. I'm just baffled at all the people out here to talk about relationships, wanting to be in the relationships, and we have folks out here just, that's. I'm not saying you, but
you can say me. It's okay. I ain't offended.
Y'all crazy. You date to find a mate. You don't date to hesitate. You don't hate. You don't play house. You don't do none of that. That's not what dating is for. So we need to stop using the word dating because that's not dating.
Because yes, it is.
It ain't.
We're not exclusive. We're spending time with one another. We're getting to know one another, and there might be something that comes up.
If I'm dating you, you exclusive. If I'm dating you, you're exclusive. If I'm dating you, I'm not entertaining.
When you're in a relationship, you're exclusive. When you're dating, you're not exclusive.
When I'm dating, I'm exclusive to you because I'm getting to know you. Now I'm not out here because this girl, say I'm dating somebody, and this girl ain't on sex, ain't on this, that, and the third, but I'm really into her. I ain't worried about sex. I'm really into her. I'm not even worried about going to get sex from somebody else because my energy is on her finding what dating. No,
that's not dating. Dating leads to relationships, but dating is not a relationship. It's a form of getting to know someone. It's almost like meeting somebody and shaking their hand. Hello, how are you? Dating is the hello, how are you? And then once you get to the crooks and everything and you start having communication, we're not just going to assume we're together just because we're dating. That's a conversation that needs to happen.
You're not going to assume we're together. But see, this is... No. That's the problem with the world. It's the problem with the world.
Not every woman seeks to be a man's mate for life.
And you shouldn't be dating. Y'all just should go ahead and call it screwing.
I mean, it might happen or it might not. It depends. I'm grown, so it's been times it's happened. It's been times it hasn't. Sometimes,
I'm just saying that's what you call it. It ain't no goddamn dating. If dating, I'm dating to find. I'm dating. I'm looking for a mate. That's what dating's about.
No, it's not necessarily true.
Yes, dating is. Dating is looking for a mate. What are you dating for? You shouldn't. Don't use a term. Don't use a term. Don't use that term. That's what I tell people. Don't use the term dating. You're not dating.
But actually, dating, you don't have to necessarily be looking for a mate. You can be. But
what's the point of the dating then? Oh, I'm just gonna go. This guy winked at me, or he thinks that I look good, or I think that he looks good. I'm just gonna get to know him. I don't want to be exclusive to him. I don't want to be in a relationship. You sound like a nigga. You've been victimized by niggas for too long.
I have not been victimized.
You have been victimized in your mind by niggas. Niggas have influenced you to think like a nigga.
Well, call it what you want, but I've never thought that.
Okay.
I'm gonna politely agree with Ebony and disagree with you, Grizz.
Hold on, you be quiet and let me introduce you, cause you diva stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause for my co-host, Ivory the Aries, who always makes her grand entrance. You see how she interjected right there? She told me to shut up, and she gonna agree with the guest and not me. Lord have mercy.
No, I didn't say shut up. And the only reason why, so let me tell you my perspective and the reason why I agree with the guest. The reason why I agree with the guest is because I think that the purpose of dating someone is to get to know them to the degree that you will learn if they are compatible for a lifetime mating experience. And I don't have to exclusively do that with one person to have not been victimized or whatever you feel may have happened by a man. That's not it. I can have 3 or 4 potential long-time mates, right? And I have the option to choose because I'm a single person. So number one, I'm not getting ready to tie myself down and cut out my other options. If we 2 months, 3 months down the line, I start seeing things that are now to me like a red flag. Oh, wait a minute now. Oh, wait a minute. So that gives me the opportunity to then back away from that prospect and then entertain my other prospects. And I don't say entertain like, oh, I'm just going to hop from, you know what I'm saying? But all dating does not include having sexual engagement. All dating does not include being exclusive. And I think
clapping your hands, girl.
Dating, especially 2022, there is a lot that comes with the term dating. So I think in order for you to have a successful dating experience, you allow your intentions to be known from the beginning. Yes, it is a potential prospect that we can be long-time mates, soulmates, and potentially walk down the aisle and do this thing we call business and love together. However, if and I ain't saying it's just my choice. What if a couple months down the line, he looking at me like, you know what? She do a couple things I don't really like, or she got some thought processes
you leave a relationship alone.
Engage with. So that's a two, both party thing. I'm not saying the woman or the man has the ability to be the only decision maker, but those have to be conversations during your dating experience that you learn what one person's expectations are, and then you address and decide whether you want to, can to, or don't want to meet those expectations. And we can all have a good day. We all get into certain things. One person think, this person think, that person think, and then the outsiders think. And then before we know it, we in something that we ain't even had no conversation for us to think the hell it is. You know what I'm saying? So society puts a stigma on what dating and relationships and longevity is supposed to mean. Just because we together for some whatever amount of time, that does not mean that I want to walk down the aisle and make it my name your last name. That don't mean that. That means we're having fun doing what we're doing right now. And at any given moment, anybody can jump ship because we have not solidified anything. And that's what I consider dating and why I agree with Ebony and disagree.
Okay.
That's even part of the issue.
Hold on, woman. See let me introduce you too. God dang it. What's wrong with y'all? Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Tyanne Capree a round of applause. You see, I can't win on this goddamn show. I can't win. I try and do the black girl magic. I try and do the black girl shine. I like women. And this is
my gun. I was ready.
Here he go.
This is what I get every Wednesday. But, okay, I know you've been listening, so go ahead, girl, chime on in.
I was just about to say, like, in dating nowadays, I think that's part of the issue, that all these men think just because a woman is interested in him, that she instantly wants to become his wife. I'm like, nigga, I don't know you. What the fuck? Let me get to know you, too. What you thinking you need to know about me? No, I need to get to know that about you. Every woman's dream is not to get married right off top. Like, I gotta, like, basically, I agree with both of them, kind of piggybacking off of what they said. Like, you got to have the traits that I need, that I think that's going to be something that I'm willing to commit to for the rest of my life, too. It's not just about your goals or whatever you want out of life. I don't know what's wrong with men. They get selfish and stuck in their ways, and they think it's all about their decisions and their choices. No, I have a choice in this shit, too.
Hey, man.
I'm not going to say all men have that thought process.
All I can say is y'all really sound like y'all men bashing. I got to stand up. I got to stand up for the men.
Like I said,
I got to stand.
Clear.
Look, here they come.
That man can wake up tomorrow and be like, you know what? I don't like X, Y, Z, or I don't really agree, or this is not, maybe, okay, so let me put it to you like this. In the beginning of a dating, you don't know what that person's credit score is. You don't know what kind of debt history they have. You don't know what type of education they're working with. You don't know what kind of you know, you don't know what their foundation is. You're just learning that. So if 2 months down the line, now it comes out, whatever, maybe I got poor credit. Maybe I got a shopping habit that you like, nah, I can't get with this shit. This bitch gonna have me in debt all the years of my damn life. I'm not gonna be bothered with that. And those are some, like I said, you get men that get caught up with a woman's appearance, how she look, how she presents herself. You forgot that come with a bill, bruh.
That's what they're doing.
Them handbags, them red bottoms, that makeup, them nails, hair, you know, all of that is costly. So just because it looks good on the surface, that woman can be swimming in debt as well as a man could be, same thing. Or you can find that this person, they're not on the, like you can't have an educated conversation with this person.
That's the worst.
Y'all can talk about regular everyday things, street things, but well, let's say you can't have a meeting of the minds when it comes to religious beliefs or your political beliefs or the way you want to raise your children. Those are serious things. And those, because people shy so far away from having them conversations, that's why marriages fail. You don't even know what this person's expectation was at the end of this dating experience. Yeah, the coochie was good. The sex was good. Whatever was good. Have a good time, we go out. But that's it. It's all about in that moment, spending that moment with you. It's not about when I go home. I don't think about what we gonna be doing next week. I mean, if you call me and I'm free, cool. But I mean, you know, it's not.
Now.
Yeah,
Tyanne,
it's not like that with everybody.
Tyanne, let me ask you.
Sir.
So, are you dating?
Kinda.
Kinda. So,
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold up.
But I'm kind of like with Ebony, like it's like, you know, I be wanting to, then me and Tommy
Hey.
discussed
You see these fingers up here? There's 10. Out of the 10 that's up here, how many of them are homosexuals?
Don't play with me because I was listening. So I mean, I was agreeing with Eb. She's about right. I know too many homeless dudes.
So it's half and half.
Yeah, I honestly want to go lower than that. I was gonna say like take 2 more fingers away type shit.
Damn.
I mean, I'm trying to be generous. I ain't want to just, you know what I'm saying, have Sammy lights in the comment section. Will moving on.
Nice.
Can
a woman be homosexual?
Yes, very much so. There's a lot of them too.
A lot of them.
Women be living with their mamas too.
Yep.
They be living with niggas and saying that ain't they dude. They just staying there too.
Yeah.
So let me ask y'all this.
I'm taking care of my sick auntie. I'm taking care of my uncle. He got multiple sclerosis. Oh, my baby girl stubbed her toe.
What? Oh, that's my boyfriend. That's just my friend. Like, I don't know.
Like shit.
Damn, I couldn't even get the question out for y'all running off the excuses that these folks be giving y'all. What was I gonna ask? Like, God dang. I done forgot. Y'all both went in. That's a damn shame. So, I don't know. Homosexuality, I guess it's a real thing, a real term. And it's, you might want to say an epidemic the way these folks is talking. And I learned that dating, although I'm coming up on my 24-year marriage anniversary this Sunday, you know, talking about the dating field. If something ever happened and I was in the dating world and I couldn't even call it dating no more.
I tell you, don't do it. Reconsider.
You can't call it dating.
I'm telling you, because it's like blood and shark infested waters out here.
See, that's crazy. I'm so happy.
No good options.
Yeah, that's what's up. So
taking dead, gay, ain't been born yet, or in the penitentiary for the rest of their life.
Or they did.
Oh my goodness. That is crazy. HOBO Sexuality. So we learned that's a real word today, folks. When Ivory get back, we gonna get back with the news you can use. But I know y'all heard about the guy who killed himself and his daughter. That's been the talk of Facebook. That's a very sad situation. I know one of the guy's children of his mother of his other children, and so heart goes out to all those people involved. But the chitter chatter, I'm just gonna talk about it. There's nothing to hide about it. Some folks were saying mental health issues was involved, and that's what led him to do what he did, which obviously you got to have a mental health issue to do that in the first place. So for all, I understand what folks were talking about. There was some posts that talking about how can you call him a good father if he did this. A good father wouldn't do that to his child.
True.
And I agree with that. I think if I did something like that, I would think that it would have to be under some type of hallucinated drug or
like I'm like, what was he on?
Or something to that nature. I've been depressed, state of depressions at times, but not to the point where I want to hurt somebody. I'm not gonna be honest. I thought I might want to hurt myself, but I ain't really want to hurt myself. So, depression, I don't know. Maybe yourself, but I don't see depression taking your kid. I don't know. I'm not an expert, and nor do I claim to be an expert or be anybody's shoes or anything of that nature. But I've worked on the 8th floor down at UC when I was a young kid. I worked down there and seen a lot of people with mental health issues. And when I tell you mental health issues, they was on medication and so forth, and they was doing some crazy stuff. So I don't know what the scenario was, but prayers go out to everybody involved with that. And I'd just like to get y'all opinion on that. When y'all read that, what was your thoughts when y'all saw that?
Sometimes evil is just evil. And I think in today's society, we blame mental illness for just some plain old evil-ish going on. He was evil from inception. All good fathers, I ain't trying to hear all that. If you hurt your child, you are not a good person. And you will wake up as Satan's gooch grease. And I believe you should. Because there ain't nothing going on in your life that bad. You got to sit there and hurt a child, especially your child. So I don't have no sympathy for dude. Hopefully in hell he'll open his eyes.
Well, we won't go that far because we don't know the scenario, so we don't know what was going on at that time.
It's an argument for me.
Right. Tyanne, what you think?
I knew you was gonna say my name. Damn. I'm gonna just say basically I don't agree with taking your child with you, and I'm gonna leave it at that because I know a couple of people involved with the situation, so I don't want to really comment too much.
Right.
But I just can't believe where somebody's mind frame could be when they decide to harm their kid. Like I just like I don't care about nothing but that. Like that's fucked up.
Right. Ivory.
Well, I don't know any of the people involved. I do know mental illness is real. I think having a breaking point is real. I think in my lifetime I've encountered both, but I've never had the consideration to take my life or anyone else's. So for me, it's not something that I can, I would say, logically understand or can kind of try to wrap my brain around. That's too far beyond my psyche. Okay, I've taken psychology, and I do know that there are lots of things that factor into people doing what we consider crazy things. But that being said, I don't have any logically. I can't really process that. So. Right. I don't know. That's like I said, far beyond my psyche expertise. I really don't know what to say. It's very, very sad situation that something like this happens. Absolutely, this is one of the most tragic things that a family can go through. And it's a huge traumatic experience for the family, right? Because you have to look at why and how this situation is affecting them, the people that are involved that are affected, and on a large scale. I'm going to just say that there's going to be a lot of therapy sessions needed to move forward from this situation with the family.
Yes, prayers goes out to everybody involved in that for real. I see my friend and it hurts her. It hurts her. Right. It hurts the whole family. So.
And it's just that people become so selfish and caught up in their own feelings that they don't think at the end of the day how decisions they make can affect other people in the end. Because he might be thinking.
The latter is sometimes they do consider all of that. And those are the reasons they make those decisions, because I can't hurt you the way I want to hurt you. but
that's
this
some
will.
shit.
You know what I mean? Sometimes that like they do consider that, and that's the reason why they go to those extremes, because it's like I can't do the emotional damage that I really want to see you have. It's, you know what I'm saying? Like it's nothing
Right.
that, like, because once you detach yourself from somebody emotionally, that can't really hurt you. Nothing they can do hurts you, but they can,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Something like this indirectly, absolutely. So I don't know.
Yeah, because I seen one story recently. It was outside of this story where the father, I don't know what the situation was, but it kind of seemed like he was mad at the mother, and he just basically called her and told her like basically he was gonna kill the baby, and he killed the baby and himself too. And I'm like, that's becoming too common lately. You know, like this shit is sick.
Right. Right. All right. Did she leave? Oh, she had disappeared again. But I was gonna jump into news you could use. I was trying to find a post that I made today about some other stuff that was jumping off. Hold on.
What about jealous spouses and shit? Because I was like, what is you on?
Who?
You.
Oh, yeah, I did. I did was talking about that too. That was one too that everybody, a lot of people was talking about, inboxing me too. Was you talking
What?
about me? Was you
The
talking about
man
me?
pose?
No, I was
Yeah.
talking about how jealous these producers and these singers, these R&B singers, they get down here in these studios and they doing their thing, and they might have a jealous boyfriend, companion, or whatever, and you can invite the guy to the studio to witness what's going on,
He
and,
still be tripping.
and he still be tripping. Now, the producer and the artist have a music chemistry. I don't mean it's a sexual chemistry. They have fun. They making music. They're having a ball, writing, go in the room and write. And
Yeah.
dude don't like that.
They
I've
be jealous for
I've
real.
watched so many talented women go through this, where we had to tell them, you can't come back here if this dude gonna act like this. If he gonna act like this, you come back
And
when he get it together, because he more than welcome to he in the session, as long as he quiet or whatever, he can sit right here, help you write. I don't give a damn. Get a nigga credits for writing this shit. I don't care. But it's just sad like that. That's all I was. That's the post I
I've
made.
dated dudes like that, like, and
I
then
have out of my
It's an
way.
meet them
insecurity.
at something, and say I've been out, and I'll meet them there, and then that's the reason they like me is because they met me at the event. But then once they start dating me, the next thing you know, oh, you talking to too many dudes. Oh, you know too many dudes. Oh, you always gotta work. I'm like, I mean, what am I supposed to say home? What am I not supposed to talk to nobody when that's my job to talk to people? So that makes it hard in entertainment. Like that makes you not want to date people too, because they start trying to control everything you do.
Yeah.
Or
Weird.
Tyanne, you could date the dude who was following you around, that was taking your pictures and making sure you was looking good. See, that's
No.
she said no. That's okay.
He said, yeah, no.
No, okay, that's what's up.
No, because you know what? I think oftentimes people get involved, or they are in pursuit of people that on whatever level they feel like they out of their league, and so that creates some sort of insecurity. And even though other people are like, oh, I never experienced with that, oh, I've never known this person to be like that, well, bitch, you ain't me. You ain't got the same effect I got. We ain't had the same experience. You feel what I'm
Ooh.
saying? So it's like people, I don't think it's all the every person that they date, but there are some people that different people have very different dating experiences, because for whatever reason you felt like this person was out your league, and when you reached out and got a response back, you almost shocked your damn self. So now you feel like by any means necessary, let me hold on to this. I don't want you know what I'm saying? And so then you get to where it's overbearing instead of letting something happen, natural chemistry. It's like you forcing it. So now I'm totally uninterested. And that's where we at with it at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like those types of situations often lead to you being completely uninterested. Like, you know what? Nah, I'm cool. And that could have had 10 of the 15 things on your list, right? You know that's good if they made 10 out of the 15.
Man,
But you
that's
start with that
happened to me.
shit, And all of that go out the window.
Yes,
Go out
done
the window.
to me.
So it's
Oh
a
my
lot.
goodness.
So we learned so far today that homosexuality is a real word, and that damn, I just lost it. What were we talking about just a few minutes ago? I'm high.
Can you please help me with this mother?
Thank you.
Anyway, let's jump into news you can use. Let's give Ivory the Aries a round of applause for news you can use. What's on the agenda? And I'm pretty sure I got a couple topics that you're going to talk about already. So let's go. What? We can't hear you.
I thought the whole thing went out. I was like, what happened?
Me too. Okay, so.
My bad.
I was like, she muted.
Cancellation.
Can you please help me with this mother?
Thank you. News you can use.
Stop it.
Okay.
Now, student loan debt cancellation is underway. Not what we expected at all. We
Not
can
at all.
That 50,000, that all of that right out the door. Okay. But if you have Pell Grants and you make under $125,000 a year on paper, I don't care what your hustle bank say, on paper, you can apply to have up to $20,000 worth of your student loans forgiven. 10,000 is the going rate. So look into that, see what you got to do to be a part of that. But I think you can go to the Department of Education or FAFSA website, and you can create whatever you need to do, your login, whatever, and apply for that student loan debt forgiveness. This is just brand new breaking news. So how long it's going to take for this to show on paper, I have no idea. However, you have until January 2023 before you got to start making payments on your current student loan debt. So hopefully between now and then, if you go ahead and apply for your debt forgiveness, you'll see that happen for you right at the beginning of the year. And then they cap out at 5% of your income for your repayment scale. So a couple of good things there. I know we all thought it was over. You know, me, Tyanne, and Grizz had given Biden a lot of shit in regards to the student loan.
Still going to give him shit because he lied.
Absolutely.
He lied.
But it's better than nothing.
He lied.
Right? What
And
we got from a lot of folks.
And what you said about just to add to what you were saying, that the numbers that you gave out, 100, if you make less than, what do you say, 125,000, something like that?
Yep, you have to make under 125,000 a year.
They said if they do that, wiping out just $10,000 worth of debt, that would take away, it would be like 47%, and the 52% left that had student loan debt would be the ones who got their masters, doctors, and degree like that
yeah, because they're obviously making enough money to pay back student loan debt.
Funding all the way through college.
$600,000 a year, you can pay $10,000 a year back. You feel me?
Did you know that there are career people who go to college for a career?
Yes, all the time, will always be enrolled because they can't afford to pay back student loans. And unless they are enrolled full time, you are obligated to start your repayment. So up until this new presidency and new regulations on student loan debts, I know of quite a few career college goers, okay? Because it's easier than being responsible for paying back more than what you currently make a month. Let's be realistic. I don't care. You could have a bachelor's degree in a lot of fields and still not make enough money to live and pay back what they want you to pay on your student loan debt. And that is a reality that most of these student loan forgivers are facing. And that's why they have to do something, because you're going to completely wipe out all of the lower and middle class population simply because we went to school like y'all told us. Y'all wouldn't give us no loans to open up businesses. You would only give us a loan to go to school. So we did exactly what you said. We graduated high school. We went to college. We got the 4-year degree, and we still don't make enough money for whatever reason. You could say it's the type of field you went into. It could be the type of employment. It could be a number of things. But the reality still is that people with 4-year degrees cannot sustain themselves financially and pay back student loans. So, I mean, it's just a reality. I ain't over here swimming in money by a long shot. So guess what I'm going to be doing? Applying for student loan debt forgiveness, okay? Y'all can sit around here and perp like you got $1 million in the bank if you want to, baby. My bank account said go apply. Right, not now, right now. So
I wrote it down.
okay. So ain't nobody playing around with our coins. Plus, I'll also say this. Right now, in the middle of so many pandemics, health pandemics that are completely outside of our control, take advantage, audience, of any subsidies that you qualify for. And when I say any, I mean all and every single one of them, because people are getting once in a lifetime chances just because they're reaching out to organizations or networks. There are so many things going on that they are not going to announce on a news scale. You got to beat down the doors. You got to, do the footwork and go find out where some of your subsidies are. But if you can benefit, I don't care if they pay your rent 1 month, they pay your gas, and whatever it is, get it, because you may not ever have the opportunity for the government to help you again. And as many taxes as they tax us on, they tax our taxes, tax our house, tax our job, tax everything. Get what you can from the U.S. government. That's my take.
I agree.
All right.
I agree.
So what's next?
I concur.
The other major thing, I don't know if y'all aware of all the flooding that's going on right now. All the flooding and mixed in with the California fires that are also happening right now. It looks like we're still experiencing drought in other parts of the country. So China has had like all these ancient artifacts, shipwrecks and all this. Not only China, also not Russia, Greenland, somewhere in Greenland. Anyway, it's hard for me to understand how some of us are flooded and some of us is in a drought and we all on the same planet, but it's happening. And they're saying the causes of some of these effects with the global warming will be that a lot of the marine wildlife, anything that lives in water, could soon be wiped away within the next 10 years because of some of these severe droughts. It's making some of the marine life have to cohabitate with predators. And so there are big, they're seeing large numbers disappearing like overnight. Like in 30 days ago, we had 100 more of these species than what we can count right now. So that's how rapidly it's happening. So just be aware. You really want to be aware with that when it comes to traveling right now. I'm mentioning it because a lot of people are taking advantage of some of these back to school flight sales, and you're going places and you're getting there and you're stuck in your damn hotel room the whole time because you ain't do a little bit of leg work and see what was going on where you were going. So California, not a good place. Vegas, not a good place.
You was talking about the floodings in Vegas not too long ago.
And it keeps happening. Like Vegas has flooded like 3 times in a row, which they ain't seen happen. I don't think in the history of Vegas they haven't seen it flood like this, especially 3 times in a row. So we gotta be aware that.
How does a desert flood? That's what.
Right.
That's what trips me out.
That's
it's all desert around there for that water to be sucked up and dried up by sand. That's what they use to stop water. Is sand.
Yep. It ain't working. They need more of it, apparently. The big thing is it is ruining their infrastructure. The highways are crumbling. Okay, that's the scary part, because we know that the sinkhole, we talked about sinkholes a couple weeks ago. Yeah. That ain't nothing but a sinkhole finna be up underneath for some of these highways and byways. And
oh, shucks. Sodom and Gomorrah. It's happening.
When the infrastructure messed up and one of those major bridges in California started to collapse and so many people had got murdered, this shit might be finna happen again. This stuff might be finna happen again. We had also talked about these artists and these arrests, and how the Atlanta prosecutor was saying that she was making more arrests, and she had 2 more artists for sure that were looking at being arrested. And everybody was making the assumption that it was Lil Baby. Well, not far from it. It was Lil Baby's artist that has been arrested. And you know what he's been arrested and accused for? Allegedly, he shot a 3-year-old baby in the head.
What?
Of another crime. So, unfortunately, we have to revisit another child being slain.
Oh my gosh, man! What is wrong with people?
Too common nowadays. This shit is crazy.
When did this happen?
And they ain't addressing the people that they actually got the beef with. It's falling. You know what I'm saying? Like they just It's like a
Right.
drive-by situation where anybody done got it, and it probably none of the people that they was looking for. It's just really, really, really
Are they about
tough.
to show it?
But that
He's
artist's
talking about it.
name was Dirty Tay. I've not heard of him. I've not heard any of his music. I'm not familiar with the artist, but if you are, the audience listeners are, that's the artist that has been arrested, and allegedly that is the crime. I have not had a chance to get any of the updates in regards to this news.
His name is
today-
Dirty Tay, and he with Lil Baby's crew.
Yeah, he's signed by Lil Baby. He's said to be his artist.
Wow.
So
I'm going to have to check that
I
out.
think
That's
that
sad.
was the reason why they were, kind of looking like, oh, I think it's gonna be Lil Baby, because they were looking at his entourage. But that was what it was allegedly about. Still don't know any arrests on this fourth person, because this only makes 3. So I'll keep my ears open, eyes open to what's coming next.
Hold on. Before you go to the
break
next
it.
one, hold on. Just to
Okay.
tack on to what you were saying, right? We got to give Grizzby my 2 cents of round of applause, right? Because on that subject that you're talking about, somebody used a clip from the show about the T.I. snitching thing. Now, the person that I was interviewing was Mr. Fresh, and he was telling the whole story of how it went down on that.
Mhm.
But I just had to bring that up because that means people was watching us. They watching. They watch. Let's give us a round of applause, the whole crew. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. That's what's going on. But anyway.
That's watching even when they say they ain't. But I
Right.
just gotta squeeze in this one last piece of news we can use, because this was breaking news all around the world, was the infamous death of Kobe Bryant, his daughter, and other members that were on that flight. Today, Vanessa Bryant was awarded $16 million in damages in the trial over the plane crashes where they were showing his decapitated body. However, I'm gonna just say $16 million ain't nothing to somebody like Vanessa Bryant, who probably got about 100,000 of them M's in the bank. So I think that was not, the money was not her point. Her point of this trial was to let them know y'all cannot get away with doing these things to make a quick buck and putting people's
Yeah, that's
families
crazy.
in traumatic warfare. Like, that is a very traumatic thing, to have not even been notified that your husband has been murdered in this cruel way. I mean, well, not murdered, because it wasn't intentional, but that he's lost his life. And then the people are like, oh, well, yeah, that was just my job. I was just doing my job. No, you were not doing your job. So I'm glad to see that she came out on top with this. Hopefully it puts something in the mind of these greedy, thirsty journalists, or so-called journalists that need a moment in the spotlight, that they are willing to put somebody's family through emotional torment to make a quick buck. Okay, that's BS, and I don't care who hears it. And that's what I got really for the important stuff on the news you can use, being that it's 8:02.
That's all right. Let's give a round of applause for the news you can use. Let's give a round of applause for our guest, Ebony Taylor. You can go to welcome to come back, join back, call in, talk shit, do what you do. Let's give a round of applause for Tyanne Capree. I like giving a round of applause. Let's give a round of applause for the National Network. Yeah! But next week, we're going to start back with our interviewing. I think we got Tori. I never could say her name right. Helen? You might know Tyanne. You might heard her. Helene. Yeah, we're going to have her on the show. Then after that, I think Ken Lawson will be on the show. Attorney Ken Lawson. That should be fun. And then after that, we got Damon George from the Cool Kids. And by the way, Cool Kids party this weekend, I do believe. Is there one, Tyanne, this weekend?
I think it's like the final T-shirt party for the summer.
Yeah, the final T-shirt party. So I'm pretty sure the tables is booked up. That's why we don't go. I'm old. I can't get a table. And them tables be high, and I ain't got no pool. I should be like, hey, I done interviewed y'all. Y'all should have a table for GRIZZBY. It's my 2 cents for us 3 at +1. Tyanne, you can bring your camera, dude. So you need to put that in mic drops here and all the rest of the Cool Kids. It's official now. I'm saying it now. You guys are going to have us our own table because we give y'all so much love that we need to be a part of the Cool Kids experience. But that being said, we're going to get up out of here and do what we do. And like every Wednesday, we tell y'all, don't be stuck on stupid and relaxed on dumb.
Relax on dumb.
Slow. Yeah, I'm the flyest nigga. Tryna take me a boat. And yeah, my bitch bad.